Hello everybody, I'm TJ, and today I am joined by one of the newest Grandmasters for the Americas region. It's Killinallday. Killin, how you doing today, man?
Doing great, TJ. Doing great. I mean, no top 8 last weekend. Kind of rough, but it was close enough. Got an extra point, so always like collecting points.
You did pretty well. You did pretty well. You almost made the miracle run on day 2 of Swiss to make it through after, I'll call it a pretty rough start. Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, so round 1 1-0 start was fresh, and then the 3 losses on day 1 to follow that up was unfortunate. But I mean, you know me, mental fortitude, brick wall going to day 2. Nothing was tilting me, so almost ran it back up, but took an L to Monsanto, so 1 game off top 8. But I mean, 2 more weeks, Swiss, different formats, lots of prep going down, so not too worried about it, honestly.
Well, that's good to hear. We'll talk more about week 1 in a second, but first I just wanted to ask, how does it feel to be a Grandmaster? What was it like when you found out? Because it was pretty late. It was, a week before the season started? What was that process like? What was going through your head when you got that message that, hey, you might be a GM?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because so last Masters Tour didn't do that well, didn't 7-2. So I had to qualify through ladder to Montreal, and I was just grinding nonstop like the last 2 weeks of ladder, and last day of the season, I'm like rank 40, going for a top 16 for qualify, and I get a message, I'm like, you may be a GM, you're in consideration, all the stuff, you know. And then it was eventually confirmed to me by the end of the day, so I didn't have to end up going for the ladder finish. So I was actually just really stoked that I didn't have to get the finish, didn't have to keep grinding, and I did better than qualifying for the Masters Tour. I qualified for Grandmasters, so I was really happy with that. Thank you, Gallon.
Thanks, Mr. Gallon. It's kind of funny. I found out like slightly early, insider information and all, and I had to hold back so much from just messaging you because I've been rooting for you for so long. But your career, whether you like it or not, has kind of been defined by close calls. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride kind of moment. You did have sort of a breakout last year, but even so far in Masters Tours in 2020, you've barely missed out on top 8s a few times. Do you kind of feel like vindicated for all that, not making GM? Do you think that you deserved it before that time, and it was just a matter of time before you got there? What's that kind of feeling like based on the trajectory that you've had in your Hearthstone career so far?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel vindicated, and I'm really happy about it, but I still think I have a lot to prove, especially with NAGM being like memed, like a weaker region or whatever. I'd like to try pretty hard and show that me and NA as a whole is a strong region, so hopefully I could prove myself this year.
Well, not off to the best of starts, but I have faith. You've been around for a while. You played.
It's 1 week, TJ.
I know, it's
1 week.
I have high expectations of you, my friend. I have high expectations. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about week 1. We sort of dove into a little bit at the beginning, but you took a brave choice by bringing Turtle Mage to GM in week 1. And Eddie performed with it as well. He made a decent run all the way up until top 4 with it, but it still seemed like it had big holes. What was the logic behind that choice? I didn't actually look at it, but did it perform well in your Swiss matches? Was it a big weakness in your lineup?
It is a great deck. It is a very strong deck that does not get enough respect, in my opinion. From other Grandmasters, and the list was unrefined at the time. It wasn't perfect. It was middle of the road for me and Eddie. I mean, me and Eddie both got destroyed on our Druids. Our Druids were like 30% win rates, both of us. So that was pretty brutal. But the Mage was middle of the road. But I mean, maybe a little hint at week 2. But the Mage is coming back, and it's coming back strong. I really hope this video isn't released before the submission.
I'll make sure it's not released before submission, or if it is, I'll bleep this out and say it later.
Okay.
But I think people could imagine that it'd be a good choice for week 2 because it's last year's standing, and it feels like that deck lives and dies by the matchup.
Yep.
So you can use it as a target deck for some decks where it'll get rolled by others. So I could see it. I could see it for last year's standing. What do you think went wrong overall? You still had a respectable finish. You were middle of the pack. You didn't get the top 8, but you were close. Maybe a win and in at the end there. But what do you think could have gone better to push you into the top 8?
I think I misread the field a bit with thinking there would be more Turtle Mages and less tempo. So I did have the Living Dragon Breath in my Druid, which was a pretty bad tech. And I mean, while that wasn't the reason I lost every game with Druid itself was just not performing for me. Definitely did not put enough time into practicing the deck. I thought it was more OP than it was, and then I ended up having to play it almost every set, and it did not do well for me. So should have spent more time there for sure on list and practice, so won't make that mistake again for sure.
Well, at least you didn't bring Libram Paladin.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe if you brought Libram Paladin, you would have made top 4. I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know anymore.
I hope not.
So the next question, I have been saying it for so long. I've been chanting it in various times and locations. But the origins of Yokad, aka the year of Killing All Day, elude me. Because I know that I wasn't the first one. And I don't know if you started it, if someone else started it, but do you know the origins of the year of Killing All Day? And, why is it still a thing today?
So, origin story, okay. So, 2016, right? We're taking a trip back. 2016, last playoffs of the year, back when it was 3 playoffs a year, then like a big off season. Last playoffs of the year was Yogg-Saron meta, okay? I went like 1-2 or something. Lost first round, losers bracket. No one's making that playoffs run. I was tilted. I was self-proclaimed quitting the game. I mean, everyone says they're quitting at some point, though. No one ever does. Yep. But I was quitting, right? And then after the off season was over, it was like a month before 2017 season was starting. I typed out this long message in Discord, and I'm like, you'll probably see on Twitter. I mean, the image still goes around the copy pasta. It was really dumb. I was like 16. Either way, I'm like, this will be the year of Killing All Day. And then, I didn't make the acronym YOCAD, but the first month of the 2017 season, I did finish rank 1 legend for the first season. So I was number 1 points for a little bit going into 2017. It was a good run for me. And then someone, I don't know who, but YOCAD, the acronym, just started going around, and then for 4 years now, I guess people have been saying YOCAD. So
wow, that's the origin. It's been the year of Killing All Day for 4 years. Time flies, man.
It really does. Seriously.
Yeah. If I had to nominate any year to be the actual year of Killing All Day, it'd probably be this one, because
it had to be.
You got some 7-2s up there. You made Grandmasters now. Now it's just winning Grandmasters and then winning the World Championship. That's the only thing left for you to accomplish, and then you've run the bracket, and
easily.
It will truly be the year of Killing All Day.
Yep.
So, kind of going sort of on the YOCAD topic, but also going back to earlier when I mentioned the always the bridesmaid, never the bride conversation. What's kept you motivated throughout the years? Because obviously the origin story of YOCAD was 2016. So you've been, try-hard and competitive for at least 4 years now. And, while you did make it to a world championship, that massive win has eluded you. What keeps you motivated to keep playing the game and keep pushing?
Yeah. I mean, the motivation really probably just comes from the community of friends I've created in the competitive scene just throughout the years, having so many other people going through the same thing with me, all grinding, end of every month, qualifiers, tournaments, tour stops, playoffs, world championships, just like having the same group of people around me going through the same thing as I am really motivates me and shows me that we're all in this together, trying to reach the same goals, trying to win the same tournaments. So yeah, shout out to the competitive community for sure. They're all really good people.
Bad beats can be good beats if they're shared with friends.
True.
Wise words, wise words. I don't even know where I heard that first. Maybe I made it up in my own head.
It was good, actually.
But no, that's cool to hear. And sort of talking about a little bit the future, we're moving forward. We have Last Hero Standing, and then we have Specialist. I know you've played Last Hero Standing before because you've been grinding for a while. You've played in a lot of those big opens. Specialist. You looking forward to that week? You dreading that week? What's your relationship with the Specialist format?
Specialist format. Thinking back to Vegas and Seoul. I mean, not the best tournaments for me performance-wise, Vegas and Seoul, but Specialist is such a meta-dependent format, honestly, and I think there's definitely potential right now. So, not gonna hint anything about what I'm gonna play yet. I have some ideas, but I think Specialist won't be nearly the same as it was the first time we saw it last year. I think it definitely has a lot of potential to be a good format, especially for week 3, last week, for everyone to get points, go for their groups, and yeah.
Well, you missed out on the exciting week 3 format of last GM, which was can your shaman get a win format, which was I don't know. It was fun to watch, but I'm sure it was very frustrating to play.
Yeah.
But it gave us some entertaining games. I hope Specialist does the same. But yeah, that's pretty much all the questions I had for you. I am looking forward to my Yocat shirt. It's nice and pristine. It's got a little section in my closet hanging on a hanger. It's nice and ironed. All the
ready to be worn.
It's ready to go. First time you make it to the top 8.
Oh, I need to make the top 8.
If you don't make it to a top 8, I will wear it for your first match once we get to round robin group stage, but I'll be very disappointed in wearing it.
Don't wear it. Do not wear it. No, right, I need to earn you wearing the shirt. Either top 8 or GM playoffs.
Playoffs? What about relegation? If you make it to relegation.
Oh, I need it. If I'm in relegations, I need it, TJ.
Okay.
Please wear it if I'm in relegations.
All right, so we've set the guidelines for when I'm allowed to wear the Yocat shirt. I can tell you what.
I need to clarify. If I make top 8 one of these weeks, I mean, you're allowed to wear it the whole season if you want. I've earned it at that point, I think.
At least for your match. If you make it to a top 8, I think you've earned it. I'm confident that once you make it to the top 8, you'll win. You'll go into Division A. I can wear it for the rest of the season. If you don't, the only time I'm going to wear it is for your match, not anybody else's matches. For your match, and only if you make playoffs, or God forbid you're in the relegation bracket.
Yep.
But new GMs for Americas have a decent record so far. Gallon did well, Language Hacker did well, and Panizado did pretty decently. We won't talk about Papa Jason.
And I'm going to do well. So.
And you're going to do well. All right. I'm looking forward to it. Well, thanks for taking the time to chat with me today. Good luck in Last Hero Standing this week. Obviously, I'll be rooting for you. So thanks for your time, man.
Yep. Thanks for reaching out, TJ. Good talk.
Good talk. And for anybody that wants to check out more about Grandmasters or about upcoming Masters tours, you can check out all the information at playhearthstone.com/esports.